So Gaffer, another big match against Southend at the weekend, looking to bounce back following Tuesday's defeat at Solihull. It's often been said that managers learn more about their players in defeat than victory. Is that something you agree with?
It's often said. I don't think I've ever said it, because it's one of those things where if you say it, it's almost you keep trying to give a positive, aren't you? And you know, when especially straight after a game, when a manager and when supporters and press and assistant manager and players have lost the game, they probably don't want to hear too many excuses, if you like, or too many sort of positives at that time. What you do is you talk to the boys on the bus, you tell them what they needed to do, what they didn't do, what they need to do. I'll talk to them this morning when they come in, individually, so that they all know what I think and why I said what I said. And those that I think are struggling a little bit, I will tell them. Sometimes that gets them back, sometimes you lose them, so you make or break them. Meanwhile, you know, me and Downsy and my brother, we have to be looking around to see what we need to bring in. So in that way, it's a positive, because some of them you may say to them individually, listen, you've done all right. And others you say, you've not done a thing. Show me, have a look at your video, because they all get videos of themselves, you know, their own highlights. Louis does all that. So they can watch it and see whether you've affected the game enough. And so all that goes on. And it went on the last game that we played and got beat. So now you're saying, well, you told me that you was going to change, and you haven't changed. So if that's your game, that's not good enough. See you later. You won't be playing for a little while when we get in a bigger squad, and that's how it is. And some of them accept that and become good, and then others fade and die, as it were. You know, so because they either haven't got it or they can't get it for whatever reason, you know, because they can all play. So none of them have got an excuse. Sorry, I'm not very good. You know, they are very good. It's just whether they can put in and get near their 100%. As I say, little things that happened on Tuesday went quite well. We passed the ball a little bit better, but without a real intent end product. They were the team, Solihull, on the day that looked more dangerous, and that always disappoints me. Having said that, we were still in the game at 2-1, putting them under pressure late on, got lots of crosses in. Alex Adai was getting in the game and Clady was getting in the game, and we looked like we might nick a draw. We did nick a draw, because you've all seen the penalty, and it was 100% a penalty. So I can't blame the boys for that, because they've earned that. But you know, it was 100, whatever it is, 100%. There's no more than that. So it's 100% a penalty, as you will all agree on your radio, in your paper, and on the website, because we've just shown you the footage.
Now, it is, of course, still extremely early days, Gaffer, and you wouldn't be the first side to have a sticky start and actually go on to have a successful season. It goes without saying that there's everything still to play for, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, if it doesn't hurt you, you're never going to get nowhere. You know, if I'm not angry or disappointed, we're never going to get nowhere. No one's going to know that they've got to improve a lot and show that intent to win games and have more opportunities, so that we can turn it round and get a run of wins together. It is a new group. There's some of them haven't found their 100% yet. And at the moment, the team's not quite gelling. It's gelling for certain parts and certain games, and then it's not. And then when it's not, this league's unrelenting as far as, if you're not playing well, or you're giving the ball away, or you know, you're not quite got the energy to put in, the opposition are, you get beat, whoever you play in this league. So some have got to learn that very quickly.
One of the positives from Tuesday is one you just touched upon, the impact of Clady Laroche and Alex Adai from the bench. They both played a part in the goal, and like you said, nearly inspired a comeback, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. You know, they came on, they were lively. You know, me and Downsy had a quick chat with them on the line and say, look, we need you to be lively because that's what we haven't got at the minute. It was a long throw from Mox, and I don't know if it was Righty or Acer, but one of them, I think, won the first header. But anyway, it fell to Alex, who was in a dangerous position. And then I'm pleased for Lollas because both of them deserved a little bit of credit for the 35 minutes that they played, where they both looked lively and they upped our tempo for us. Now, Alex is not ready yet for 90 minutes. I know him very, very well. I don't want him to come here and be an impact player, but he hasn't played any games. He was unfortunate in a couple of things that were going to happen for him, and so he hasn't played this season. So we need to get him up to speed, as it were. You saw it, these little cameo roles, where probably, funny enough, the only one race he got blocked was the one with left back Cranston, who was with us at Cheltenham, and he was at the time the quickest in the league we was in. So that was a good race between them two, but Cranston just saw him out. But then I think Alex beat him just after that. So you're going to have to be quick to cope with Alex's pace, and so we're looking forward to getting him involved more as and when he gets fit.
Now, it was another magnificent showing from the Yellow Army up at Solihull. You mentioned after the game that you may be looking to make a few changes in terms of personnel, but how important is it that whoever puts a yellow shirt on Saturday, the crowd get right behind them? Because at the moment we really need their backing, and the Yellow Army remain a massive part of this football club, don't they?
Absolutely. I mean, they are the football club, aren't they? We class the Yellow Army as all the supporters, especially, not especially, but as well as the ones that travel. The things they have to go through to get to an away game is unbelievable sometimes, along with the cost. So they know, because I've said it a million times, the reason why I'm angry sometimes and want to change things is every now and again, not often, but is because I want to entertain. I want them to get value for money. I want them to go away having enjoyed the game, having enjoyed their team performing. And as I said before, they're an educated crowd, I've noticed, and they know when we're not playing well and nothing's happening, and they also know when they're giving it a right go, and we're trying to entertain them and we're trying to give them something value for money. And that's so important to me, always has been, because if you're doing that, then A, you're playing well, B, you're winning games, and C, you've got that affinity between the players and the supporters. And I want to keep that going. That is so important for the players' confidence, but also for the supporters' confidence. The players got to perform every week, but the supporters got to put their hand in their pocket every week, including the ones that have already paid for their tickets, as in the season ticket holders. So that's what we're trying to do. It is still early, and you have got to have a good run to get back into the top half, or the top 10, if you like, which is where you've got to be come Christmas time to make sure that you've got an opportunity of at least a playoff. But it's a tough league, so there's a lot of things going to happen between now and then, but we've got to get it right very quickly.